So Blue October, now we have November.
Yes.
But we are very pleased to welcome you in the beautiful city Munich.
Thank you so much. I love Munich.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you.
2011, in my view, is a very special year for Blue October.
Yeah.
With Any Man in America, you released your new album. Mm-hmm. There's also a third live album, your first unplugged album.
Yes.
Yeah. The cooperation with Universal ends. You have your own label now, Up and Down Records. And furthermore, you are on tour again now.
Yeah.
So for you, 2011 is also a new year.
It sounds like you know it all.
Yeah.
That's great. It's really, really great. Yes, by the way, it's a really good year, yes.
Yeah. So it is a surprising year for you, or you planned that so many changes are now?
Well, I planned,
Okay.
a while back, major labels are cutting costs at every corner they could possibly cut. And we started noticing, Paul and I, my manager, we started noticing that well, he did, because he's the businessman in the group, he started noticing that our publicity, our marketing, our staff at Universal were being cut out. So why were we still with a company when, we weren't getting what we needed done? And it got to the point where when we went to go re-sign not even renegotiate, re-sign our contract, it was a totally different contract. It was a 360 deal. And I don't know if you know what a 360 deal is, but a 360 is what all major labels now are giving out. And it's just the normal now, which is shocking to me because of the industry that we're in. The main way that the band makes their money is touring, because the label, they'll spend all this money and then they'll put the album out, and if unless it sells millions of records, you're not going to recoup and you're not going to see any money. So 360 basically means all around deal. Yeah. They want pieces of your touring, so they wanted 20% of my touring, and I've been doing this for 20 years now. Yeah. So I was like, no. Okay. They wanted 20% of our merch, which is the only sole survivor of what we live off the road, and we invest into it. So we're like, no. And then publishing, which is my only, I'm a songwriter, and that's where I make my money. Yeah. So I was like, hell no. And so it's when people say, I'm gonna go get signed, yeah, I got a deal. I'm happy for you, but I hope you read your contract, So at that moment, Paul approached me and he's like, man, now's the time. If you wanted to start that label, you've always wanted, let's do it. And with his label, my label, and his management skills, which usually were picking up the ball where Universal would drop off and keep running with it. That's what he would always do. And he'd be like, I noticed that he was doing all the work instead of them. So when we started, Swin and Michael Swinford, Paul Nugent, and myself, we just were like, looked around us, and they hired a great video director to come work for them at their office, who did Feel Again, the video for us, where it's just me in front of a camera singing. And it blew me away, just how good this guy was and how well he could not be afraid to transpose the hard parts to watch, the real emotional parts, and also not give too much of it. Because I could put it all out there, and we did about 6 times, and some of them were bawling, and some of them were just like and angry, and some of them were very subdued. But he was really good at not making it look like oh, poor guy, oh, it was, and that's what impressed me the most. Is that's very hard to do, because when you keep in the tears, the audience cries for you. When you cry, the audience is like, what the fuck, So we're very blessed to have Up Down Records now, and we're very blessed to have Edel, who's picked us up over here and distribute us over here. So we're very lucky and very blessed. And yes, we planned it, but we didn't plan on everybody turning up as well as they are this time. It's like, wow, we show up in Germany and there's people packing the houses, and we're like, what is going on? And they seem to be in love with this album called Any Man in America. Yeah. So it's like, it's really genuine, and they want to hear what I have to say and what happened. And so, yeah, sorry, that was a long answer.
Okay. And when you look in the year 2012, how will continue Blue October?
The same thing. We're going to put out the Feel Again, which is just now hitting radio here, and now hitting radio in UK, and now hitting radio in America. And we're going to do it all over again, except for next time, maybe in February or March, Paul and I and Sarah and whoever else will come over here and just do acoustic promo to go visit all the radio and make sure they know how much we thank them for everything, and then try to set up the next single, and and then we bring the band back over and we just keep doing it. So hopefully this will be like a home to us, and we can come here and live comfortably and not come here and just have to penny pinch around how we get to the next place. Because that's the main thing about coming overseas, is it just costs a lot of money. And but when you're finally getting this many people, you can afford to come back over and actually go home and put gas in your car again. You know what I'm saying? Because over there in America, God, gas, so, you know, so yeah.
Okay. So Any Man in America is the first album which climbed the German chart.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's good. So the next question is about this. So when and where did you hear about it, that your music also works here in Germany now? So
Here, right now. You told me. You better not be lying to me. We're very blessed. We always knew that we had passionate fans over here, but we always saw Universal kind of throw our singles over here, but not really do anything with them. And Paul really went down into the trenches and found Adele, and they just are helping us out as much as they possibly can and doing it. It's all about going and doing radio promo and just thanking them so much. And yeah, it really is, because the people that have embraced us are the ones responsible for the radio charting. And we're very blessed to have all those people.
good. And Ugly Side is your first unplugged album. What memories do you have in the July 2010?
What memories? Say it again.
In the July 2010, where you record the Ugly Side. Yes.
Honestly, I was so into making the Any Man in America album that I knew we had to put out an acoustic album, because we just did an acoustic tour to put it out. So my head was in the Any Man in America album. That was taken care of by my brother, the drummer. I was just find the best ones off of the album and put them together and mix them, but don't correct them.
Okay.
I was like, don't make any corrections. I like mistakes in albums. You know, I like that rawness of just like, let's not make it perfect, you know. And he was really good about it. Even when I came over to, I didn't re-sing anything, which I should have, because there were some bad notes on that album. But it's okay. It's an ugly side, you know. So it was very cool how they took care of that, and my head was so into Any Man in America and the divorce at the time and the custody of my child and seeing my child. Any day off that I had, I was trying to spend it with my child or working on my case and working on staying out of jail and with some of these crazy accusations and allegations that were made against me. And it was really a hard time in July. But thank God that, I mean, I was actually against the acoustic album at first. I was like, why are we doing this right now? We got this time. And they're like, chill, fucking chill. We're gonna put this out, it's gonna be okay. And they did, and I was like, and he came up to me about 2 weeks ago and he's like, it's doing good, look at it. And I was like, thank you. You know, because my head was so enthralled in that. I was like, how can anybody focus? But they knew I had this under the bag, so they didn't need to help me with this anymore. So they went and did that to give the audience somebody. Thank God we did it, because we did an acoustic tour with it in America that kept the audience kind of like, oh, we didn't forget about you. Oh, we didn't forget about you. And then when we came back with Any Man in America, it was like, there they are. You know, so without that, I think we would have lost a few albums and the attention span, maybe, because you got to keep it going. And I like the fact that it's so raw, and I like the fact that there's wrong notes, and I like the fact that there's me making mistakes on lyrics, like forgetting lyrics and stuff. I like all that because it's my ugly side, you know. So yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
So again and again, you will be asked for your music style, but Blue October can't describe, I think so. But when I ask you what is since 16 years the same in Blue October, what is it?
Bipolar art rock.
Okay.
It's what we finally come up with, because it's just, I've always grown up on country, hip hop, rock, gangster rap, pop, dance, symphonies, orchestras, Beethoven, George Winston, opera, and it's all gorgeous to me. So it's like I always hated when the critics would be like, well, they can't figure out what kind of band they are, and but I was like, well, I never figured out who the hell I am. So what the fuck? Am I supposed to just nail down and be Nickelback? No, I don't want to be. Even though they're huge stars, it's just not my thing. You know, I'm not a cookie cutter. I want to make art for a living, and I'll continue to do that. And I think the people on the team believe in it, and we've done good so far by being true, and I think that's what the fans like a lot too. So yeah, I don't remember what the question was, but yeah, did I answer it?
Yeah.
Okay. I always do that. Sorry. Bipolar art rock. That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay, good. And why the current album is a successful album?
Why is it successful?
Album.
I think each one of our albums could have been successful in many different people's terms. All my albums were successful. Just the fact that one person bought it. They're successful because of the turnaround that people come and they believe in something. And if we were to show up today and we had sold millions of records, but 5 people were here and they were just like, we're here to party, it'd be a disappointment.
Okay.
Then I'd be like, we didn't do it right. You know, when we have sold 100,000 albums and then people come out and they're believing in it and you see it growing and you see it grow every week and you see it, then it hits this plane and it sells maybe about 2,000 to 3,000 a week, but consecutively for the longest time. And then that's when you know that it's successful. And success in my view is that my voice got to be heard on such a horrific topic, you know, for a father and a mother and a child and friends of people that watch it go around and building new relationships. It's such a horrific topic to even talk about children, but I had to. And so I think that's why it's successful in my mind, because nobody stopped me from making it. And there were people that believed in it, and then when it was put out, all the people that are haters, they're noticed really quick. And I don't like to have that negativity, you know. And I think when we started rehearsing with the band and the album, it was a very touchy situation, you know, because this is singing about my daughter, and there was a lot of things in the album said that were, I was not in a good place when I said them, but I had to say them because it was the story of a man losing his mind, losing his child, and I think that more dads should be in their kids' lives, and more dads should strive to be good parents, even if they have problems, see them through, get through them, and be healthy for your child, you know. So success is my child knowing the truth one day and knowing that I'm a good man. That's success.
Okay. Once you've supported Lenny Kravitz?
Oh yeah, once. I think the only thing I heard out of that was, "You're not supposed to be back here." And I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it was cool though, yeah.
Yeah. So in 2 weeks he's still here in Munich?
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll want to meet me.
Perhaps, I don't know.
Doubt it.
You can talk to him.
Maybe Kenny will want to meet. No, Kenny, is that his name? Lenny, sorry. Maybe Lenny will want to meet me. You know, I don't know. I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah.
Love to hang with him. God. I'm going to be back in the States though.
Oh.
So I guess you missed your chance, Lenny. Sorry. No, I'm joking. I think he's a genius. I think he's awesome. I think he's amazing. And I think they're amazing. I think the bands that we've opened up for our whole life, we're very blessed. We got to open up for the Rolling Stones once, and that was just like, gah! And we got to open up for Kiss, which was really funny and fun and amazing because they're so big, but they were just so marketed well. You know, like they're such money-making machines that it's so brilliant to see Gene Simmons right in front of you go,
Yeah.
"So what are you doing on Universal Motown? You're a rock band."
Okay.
And all of us were like, I don't know. But it was neat because Gene and Paul were talking to me. I pissed myself, you know. So it was cool, yeah.
Okay. So you have a song for 2011, your favorite song you hear at home. It's your song for 2011?
2011? What would you say that would be? You're the one that's with me all the time. I would have to say, what song gonna pop the trunk, maybe? Was that my 2011? Yeah, it's a song from Yellow Wolf. It's a rapper in America from Alabama, and I love the song "Pop the Trunk." And I just love hip hop in 2011. It was just sick. It was all types of weirdos and awesome and hard workers, turned drug addicts, turned, you know, just they're odd. The one I respect the most is probably Lil Wayne, because he just constantly works, and I know he's got whatever going on with him and stuff like that, but it's like no matter what, that guy is bam, 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 bam. Even if it's not that good, you know, he'll still put it out because it came out of him, and he'll still edit it and put it out. I I respect that, you know, but none of his stuff is bad. It's just, you could tell he's got so much to say. He just puts it out. But I'll say the album that changed my life, that made Any Man in America probably happen, was 808s and Heartbreaks by Kanye West.
Okay.
That album, back in 2010 I think it was, or 2009, or 8 maybe. But it was when Kanye lost his mother and found out that his fiance was cheating on him, and wrote this really vulnerable, open, honest album where he sang, you know, through the whole thing, and it had these beats that were not hip-hop, they were rock, hip-hop, poppy, OMD meets New Order meets Joy Division meets Jay-Z, you know, and it was just, it was sick. And when I heard it, I can still listen to that whole album today and just be like, it's so beautiful. And the vulnerability on that album was just so gorgeous. To see such a cocky guy then become so open and vulnerable, it was beautiful to me. So I thought that the landscape of that album, I was pissed off actually, because I was like, he did it before I did, son of a bitch. I was so mad. But he did it well. And then Any Man in America would have to be my 808s and Heartbreaks, you know? So yeah.
Okay. So Twilight, the Vampire Saga. Say It was on the soundtrack.
No, it wasn't. No.
Oh,
We didn't. No, it's okay. That's a touchy situation because I love Stephanie Meyer I love her, and she'll always remain one of my good friends. And but it's just to the point where we were supposed to have some songs on the soundtrack, and it just didn't make it on there. And it wasn't Stephanie's fault. It was the fault of her team, you know. And you listen to the music on there. It's all this one same kind of pattern of music, and it's all good music, you know. But we didn't get any soundtrack on that. We did do a tour with her, an open book tour where I spoke about writing and she spoke, and that was probably one of the biggest eye openers on how to tour, because there was no smoking allowed, no drinking allowed, no cursing allowed, because she's Mormon and she's very sweet. You know, she's a very family person. She brings her family with her, and I was so awesome to sit there with Paul or Randy at the time, or Mike Swinford in the city that we were in, just going, holy shit, Paul, because we couldn't curse, you know. And then I'd sit there and play my Never acoustically, and she would tear up on stage, and I'd just be like, oh, Stephanie. So I have a bond with her that's great, and I love Stephanie Meyer. I'll always love Stephanie Meyer, and she's always going to kick out badass books. You know, I just hope they can supersede with the movies, you know, because she's a great writer. Yeah.
Okay.
And put me on your next soundtrack, damn it. I love it.
After this interview here, you have a meet and greet with your fans. So important question for us. You prefer a meet and greet or an interview with us?
Interview with you.
Really?
Yeah, just because I love meeting fans, but I'm not good in a lot of people situation. Yeah, I get claustrophobic a lot, and then when people, like the other night, I was walking to the bus and a guy grabbed me from behind, I was like, instantly like, fucking touch me, and I stopped, and he's like, I just wanted an autograph, and I'm like, oh, sorry. You know, but if I like talking to people about albums, I like talking to people about music and about life in general, and so good conversation is hard to come by, so interviews definitely. But then the meet and greets are cool. You know, you sign some stuff, everybody goes away happy, and sometimes they bring me chocolates or gifts. And it's really sweet of them. It's really sweet. It's so sweet. But I would love to have a question and answering meet and greet where it's really a meet and greet, where you get to know each other, but it's controlled. You know, because it could be, and I want to hear everybody's story. I really do. Just one at a time. And very calmly, and with him sitting over there, not behind me. And I love every single fan, and I know they all have a story to tell. And they all have movies that are their lives, and they're all living them. And that's how we are, our fans and us. You know, we all believe in our lives very much, and sometimes think we're the only ones living. You know, and that our stories are the only important ones. But that's just the disease. You know what I'm saying? You should embrace everybody's story. You know?
Okay. And later on it goes on stage here in Munich. So the audience, for what they can look forward today. Is there any special for Munich?
Anything special? We're gonna play. We usually play like 17-song list in about an hour and a half. And we're gonna try. We have a day off tomorrow, so we're gonna try and give them about 3 or 4 more songs tonight. So it'll be
nice.
For me. I'm gonna have to shut up for a while and not talk, just so my voice doesn't go. but it's gonna be I'm gonna play some old ones for them, so the people that have gone through the whole German tour, you know, they won't be like the same list. You know, tonight it'll be like, what? He's pulling that shit out. Okay, so it'll be good. Yeah.
Okay. So in the
Munich deserves it. It's such a beautiful city. I mean, come on.
Yes.
I wanted to go
It's the
shopping,
best.
but we're far away from any shopping, aren't we?
Yes.
Where the fuck are we? Like in the middle of nowhere, and then Munich's over here? Like downtown Munich?
Yeah.
Like how far is downtown Munich? Walking distance?
No.
4 or 5 kilometers.
Yeah.
Really? So we can take a cab tomorrow and go shopping, right? Because you can't shop today. It's Sunday, right? All the stores are closed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow we have the day off.
Yeah,
and I'll do
yeah.
radio, and then they'll drop us. Yeah, I love Munich because I love to shop.
Okay.
And you guys have great style here. Sorry. And you have great graveyards. So one thing in Munich, I went graveyard hopping, and I love just beautiful old graveyards. And you have the most beautiful graveyards. They're upkept, and they're just so gorgeous. And they're from the dates I've never even heard of before. So yeah, I love Munich. I don't know what I'm talking about, but we're going shopping tomorrow. Damn it. Yeah. So Munich's great. We love it.
Okay. So at the end, the topics that haunting myself, because I also work in a hospital, Friends for Life.
Right.
Could you tell us something about the organization?
Friends for Life is just like in America, we have To Right Love in Our Arms, and we have 1-800-SUICIDE and things like that. Friends for Life is we're very passionate about, Blue October is very passionate about helping teens and helping humans, adults, speak about depression. Because it's so hard to explain. Some people will be like, why are you upset? And I'll be like, I don't know. You know, but it's just, I have a blanket over my head right now. And Friends for Life is another organization that are so wonderful to be able to have staff that reach out to people like that and have capabilities for people to reach out that are feeling like they might hurt themselves or feeling like they're too low to go on. You know, we need that all around the world because we lose, in America alone, 35,000 people a year to suicide. 15,000 of those are teenagers. So that makes another 20,000 that's like adults that don't know how to talk about their feelings yet.
Yeah.
And that's like really, it's really scary, you know, because I'm trying to just put myself out there and people are like, oh, he's so dramatic. It's not about drama. It's about if everybody were able to talk about this stuff like we are, we maybe would be getting some turnovers on people wanting to live instead of people wanting to kill themselves. So Friends for Life is another one of those organizations and a vessel for depressed and in need people. Because depression is a disease, you know, and just like heart medicine, every day I have to take my Paxil and I have to take my Klonopin, and it's something I've always taken since I was 14. And if I don't take them, I'm a different person. I won't be able to get on that stage. I won't be able to go to the fucking grocery store, for Christ's sake. You know, and it's just very, 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 I hate it, but I hate that pill bottle, but I love that pill bottle because it's something that I have to take in, you know, and I'm a good dad and I'm a good man and I like who I am when I'm on my meds and I don't ever get off of them because I don't need that life anymore. I used to just to self-medicate, but that was before I had a child. And once I had my daughter, there's no more about me anymore. It's all about her. So every decision I make, I have to think about her. So.
And you get feedback from the patients that the organization or your music is good for them?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I'll go speak I'll go teach self-expression at the schools of neuropsychs and mentally ill in America. I'll go speak and talk to them and teach them the drawing and writing and I'll go to middle schools on my days off and I'll go to middle schools during the day. I'll meet with senators about it, you know, I'll go to Capitol Hill and speak about it. And, you know, because I've been on both sides of the room. I've been in hospitals for depression and I've been out of the hospitals for depression. And all the haters that keep saying I'm drama king, it's like, why the fuck on earth would I waste my time if I didn't have depression to sit there and wallow in it? You know, so it's letting people know that I'm not afraid to talk about it. They shouldn't be. And that, you know, they should reach out if they're feeling bad. Sometimes I feel like a lot of people come to our shows and they reach out to me. And then I'm like, I don't know what to do. You know, because I can barely help myself, you know, but we're here to let you know that you're not alone. But then the Friends for Life are right there. and they're like, we're here to blah, 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 you know, and it's really amazing. And it's gorgeous, and I friends for life.
Okay. So the last one, finally, what do you want to say to your fans?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. When everybody else thought I was a little bit off the rocker, you guys have always been there to help me get back on the rocker. So you guys have always, I've been very blessed to have all you guys support the negative, the positive, the true, the honest, and the lies, you know, that make me who I am today, and just, I can't tell you thank you enough. When you think everybody's giving up on you in the world, when you're at home writing an album, and then you come out and you see everybody going, it just, it makes me want to get up in the morning, so thank you.